Hey everybody, it's Vulcan Wolverine or Kyle. It's Wednesday, November 4th. I'm feeling pretty good today because I went on a run. I was still getting hit with ELF when I was running. I took off like 3 of my personal defenders. That didn't really make too much of a difference right away because you kind of still have the field around you when you take them off. It takes a while for it to go away, but I feel better. I feel like I'm kind of dislodging some of the toxins from, poisons they put around my house, chemtrails, and the microwave stuff. I think it's a poison. The more you get it in your system, it kind of gets lodged in there, and then it accumulates in your system. So I think running, like one of my friends, and he has a channel, Jeff, I've mentioned him a bunch. He like really works out a lot, and he stays healthy, and he's very strong and sturdy when it comes to fighting the stuff, defenses for it. And, I've like buffered it with equipment, but then I just lay there. And I went and helped my mom at the office, but then I'll lay there and, I still get hit hard. So I'm going to be focusing on really building my muscles, going running, dislodging every toxin you can think of, because the electromagnetic frequencies are a toxin in your body. Then you got the toxins they put around your house or whatever. Then chemtrails, whatever's in those. So I really want to start just running a lot. It's funny right now. Right now I'm facing my main attackers. Their main accumulation of weapons in the front of their house. I'm actually sitting here eye to eye with them. I haven't talked to them in 3.5 weeks. Like, I haven't talked to them yet since I've been saying it on my videos. And they react to my thoughts. So I wanted to go ahead and mention something. I'm going to go ahead and read the remote neural monitoring patent from 1976. I'm just going to have to split it up, and I'm just going to read some of it and try and explain it. I want to explain one thing though. When because they can see through your eyes, they can get an image from your eyes and get an image from your visual cortex. So what they're doing, kind of imagine it like this. Kind of imagine it like TV. TV shoots a frequency through the air, right? An RF frequency. It hits your TV converts it into a picture. So what they're doing is they're shooting a frequency or a microwave at your head, and then that frequency is picking up a frequency from your brain, and then it's coming out as an image on their screen. So the way that they can put an image back in your head, which is what they've been doing. I'll think of something, then they'll put it back. They'll put it back, put it back. How they do that is they take their image on the screen, revert that back into a frequency, and shoot it to your brain, which reads that frequency because your brain picks up that frequency and reads it. And then your brain, in a similar way that their computer equipment would read out that image with that frequency, your brain does the same thing. So, and I'll read that in the patent. It explains a lot of that in very generalistic science terms, how, these remote frequencies they pick it up and then they create the image. And it's kind of like your TV, because you're getting pictures from signals through the air or satellite signals, and those are frequencies, and your TV has a converter on it that converts those frequencies to pictures. So it's basically based on the same kind of principles, but with different frequencies, because our brains obviously work on a different thing than a converter and a TV. So yeah, it's just those things, because I understood, they're remote neural monitoring me. They can see, like, when you think in words, they can see that displayed out. And what it is basically the concept of just kind of how your TV works, but on a more sophisticated level, because it's working with the human brain. I do really want to read that patent, and I'd suggest y'all go and read that. Just look up remote neural monitoring patent. You can look up directed energy weapons patents. They have patents for all these small devices that the microwave gang stalkers use. They're out for everybody to see. A lot of them have been out since 1976. The patents have been approved. It's really, it's interesting. I did, they actually, well, I really don't want to go in. I may wait to go into a picture that they did keep bringing back, and it was crossing a line with me, because it was so personal. and it was a memory that came out when I was, you know, helping my mom. Like, I was helping her with her business cards or whatever, because of the type of card I was looking at, and it really crossed, and they've crossed so many lines. So this one was just like, wow, the most evil thing in the world. I can't believe that. But I don't want to talk about it now because it makes me so mad. But that's basically that, because I am buffering, you know, the high pitch sound, the EHF. I'm buffering that right now with my plates and my plugs. Buffering the ELF a little bit. They're still getting me in the chest and the head, especially when I sleep, you know, because I'm defenseless. They just aim at one part, so I wake up pretty sore. But they're really focusing because I'm not communicating with them verbally. So they've got to have something to keep it going. And I haven't seen any cops caravanning me lately because I haven't been screaming in my house. Well, I usually will just speak at, you know, a regular tone of voice in my house, but they'll get really mad about that. Now I'm hearing kind of like the same type of stuff. They're trying to get each other worked up, basically just from my thoughts, you know, because I will direct thinking towards them. And I find it really slows down your thinking. It stupefies your thinking, because when you're thinking to yourself and you're free and you're not locked up like that, your brain's going a lot quicker. You're free. You're not like restricted, or your thoughts aren't being directed towards them. But I do find that not verbally speaking to them over these 3.5 weeks, it's been harder at first, because it's a slap in the face. It's really hard at first because the remote neural monitoring is being focused on. You really realize it's there. You start like really thinking about your thoughts. Like, it's bad because your brain is a reactive organism. And these people are trying to make you look bad or find something, you know, so you start thinking, you know, just like your imagination runs wild, and you don't get in trouble because they're, you know, all this stuff is illegal and it's your thoughts, so it's retarded. But it can make a person just like, you know, clench up, and it's bad. But as I go further along, and I'm at 3.5 weeks, I find myself distancing myself from them, distancing myself more mentally and more physically and everything like that. So, I mean, it's harder. It was harder at first, and it's still hard, but I just feel that that's coming along. It's coming along to kind of disconnect from them, so I can be more myself, so I can fight this program on a bigger scale. But really, just check out the remote neural monitoring patent. It's so interesting because this technology was out in 1976. It's, you know, it says it's remote, and it doesn't say anything about electrodes or anything like that. It mentions the subject as the product. So they switch up a lot of words. They use semantics that, you know, so it doesn't freak out, I think, the people that they're trying to pass the patent through. But it really explains how a frequency can be turned into an image, or a frequency can read an image in the human brain. It's amazing stuff, but I mean, it's really not. It's not like people are like, you know, I don't believe in all this because it's so out there. You just think about your TV. I mean, the people in the TV, who are the little people in the TV? No, it's a frequency that flies through the air and comes to your TV and then is converted to an image. So it can be done, you know, in a lot of places with a lot of different things. So it's not magic. This technology, you know, one day will be kind of like, oh, that's pretty cool. We can do a lot of good stuff with it. Since it's hidden like